Hello, I'm Lloyd Murray. Welcome back to Queen's Road Church in Llandudno. If you're just tuning in now, this is a renovation that we've described on a different video, and we've got some updates now that we'd like to show you through. So come this way, let's take a look. So, to begin with, the new entrance. This will be blocked up, and this is going to be our new entrance going into the church. So, as mentioned in the previous video, that we are turning this around, so the new preaching area will be over this area, and that'll all be seating. So opening this entrance hasn't been without its challenges. So although it's a very simple job to do, we've got timber basically holding up the corner of the wall. So straight away, a new problem. Different to last time, we've got all this new scaffolding that's been erected, which you can see coals up here, plasterboarding. And we've taken off the old Lath plaster, going to do a whole new layer of plasterboard over it, which has already got the insulation in place, and give it a new coat, new paint, new lease of life. What we didn't know, what we weren't expecting to find last time we were here, was these arches. Now, there are 10 in total, and they're broken, which you can see. We've got a big crack down the side there, we've got a big crack in the middle, and a big crack over there. Now, this isn't just on the one arch, it's across all 10 of them. So we've gone to the structural engineers, had our report, and now what our joiners are here today doing is they are forming the archways out of timber so that we can safely take them out and then also rebuild off them. So if you look this way, you'll see what they've been doing. So this is an archway which is self-supported, and basically the wood is shaped in a dome sort of effect, and you start with your blockwork and you build out, and then when you actually take the wood away, it'll self-support itself and the weight above. We've had all the floor brought up, so the steel structure is going to be going in this location. So the survey's been conducted now, and we do know that the building will be going to at least here where the wall is. So we're going to have some really big girders going right along this to support a steel frame, and it'll have seating on top of it again to look over there. Well, where we all stood right now used to be the pulpit area. So I'm guessing it's where Christians were taking place and whatnot, which is now below ground and gone. Took us 5 days to get rid of it. This floor's being taken up completely. We're going to be literally removing the whole floor because it's getting dropped down to this level. It's actually higher, it's raised over there. There's going to be steps going up to the new preaching area, and this will all be made flat, one level. So eventually this will go, but for practicality reasons, we're going to be leaving it in for now until we're ready to actually replace the floor, because we've got the steel structure going here. So they're going to bring machinery in, small cranes, so they're going to need some way of getting it over here. So we thought, best leave that in. Same with this. We haven't took this out yet, which is going to be a doorway, which is going to be the extension on the far side that's going to connect this doorway to the extension. We're not going to take that out yet because we don't want anyone to break in here, basically. But I can show you the extension outside if you'd like to see that. Yeah, so this project's been going on for about 6 weeks now, and we are on target. We've hit the milestones that we set for ourselves, mostly being demolition at this point. We haven't really done any work structurally or alteration-wise yet. Very minimal what we have done, but we are on target despite the fact we have found a number of issues. I guess that's got to be expected though with a building of this age. I mean, it is probably 150 years old. We actually don't really know the date, so if there is anybody in the local area who might know the date of this building, that would be handy. So over here, this is our new extension. So this is the disabled access, which is essential for this project. We are turning the church around. By doing that, we are able to add in this disabled access, because obviously not everywhere is wheelchair friendly. So in turning this around, we have been able to add a brand new extension, add a brand new disabled bathroom, make nice brand new doors going in there. And the best thing about all this is it's wide enough for a wheelchair to actually get through. So they're going to be able to apply themselves now to a different community, and well, it's much more disabled friendly. So for obvious reasons, that's great. So what we can see here then is the excavation. Now this is what a typical excavation looks like. Now this is actually quite a large extension. I think it's 6 meters that way by 2 this way. This is an old sewer. That's going to connect into a new sewer, which is going to be just on the outside of the extension over there. But this is also picking up the new toilet. The toilet is going to go into this connection, it's going to run out that way. We've got an old watering feed from the street, so it'll be connected over at the beginning of the property and then obviously over in here. So we've been able to somehow they've got this out quite safely, but with its bends, but thankfully it's not been broken. So this extension will be a flat roof extension. So it's going to be a fiberglass roofing system on it again. It's going to have a little lantern in it for a little bit of light, and it's going to have a nice glass entrance door, so it's going to give this church that modern edge to maybe attract the younger community. The reason people use fiberglass now instead of, say, rubber or felt, bitumen felt only lasts 10 years really, so it's not got not very good longevity. Rubber, it's really down to preference. Rubber is a very good product. It's up there with the fiberglass system, except, well, it's rubber. Rubber can pierce. It's also, you'll struggle to get around corners and around obstacles in the way of the roof. For example, soil pipes coming through the roof or something like that. It's not going to be easy to get around, as of where when you're using liquid like fiberglass, you just paint it on to the shape you're going to, and the fiberglass will mould to that shape. So that's why we prefer using fiberglass as opposed to rubber. And well, felt and bitumen is just, it's old hat, it's a day gone by. The biggest challenge we have undoubtedly would be who we have building these projects for us and who we take on. We're very rigorous with the type of people that we want to employ for these type of projects. They've got to be master craftsmen, they've got to really know their jobs, they've got to be so on the ball to work at this company that it's hard to find them kind of people. So finding the right people is the biggest challenge, but we get by, we got on great with the guys we have got, and some of the last 12 months we found some of the greatest guys ever. A few subcontractors and even lads we've taken on. But finding those master craftsmen is really what we're trying to find, because we're not just here to make money, we're not here to just build whatever we've been told to build, we're here to also create something special that we're all proud of and something that we can all look back on and say, wow, we did that, and then we can become the leading building company in this area for luxury developments, for high-end work, for known reliability, for the best looking brand, you know. So to achieve all those things, we've got to have the right people working for us. So if you are one of those people, then you should get in touch. So I hope you like the updates here at Queen's Road Church. We've got a lot of these projects on, and if you want to see regular updates on these projects, then subscribe, like, and give us a share. Thanks very much for watching.